What is going on, guys? It's your boy LOZA. I should be sleeping for work, but we're looking at Dark Magician deck list, because why the hell not? This is sent in by my man Chris Missig. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong once again. And he sent me the AlphaTradingCardGames Dark Magician list. I've already made this video twice, and I've lost it both times, so the list is not an alpha list, to say the least. Haha, got him. But we'll go through it anyway for the 17th time for myself. But what's important to mention here is a lot of people have been asking about the Dark Magician Discord and the Dark Magician Facebook group, which I've referred to in a lot of my videos. So I'm going to have a link to the description in the description of this video for both of those things. So if you'd like to join me in this Discord, it's just a place where we discuss Dark Magician strategy, and I always post my newest videos. And the Facebook group is essentially the same thing. The Facebook group has just a lot of random casual postings too, like people just post their favorite Dark Magician cards, and that's cool. But I will also be posting my videos there. So yeah, I do talk in them a bit, but like, don't expect too much, I guess. But feel free to message me through Discord or Facebook. I don't really mind. A couple of people have done it already. If you want to talk Dark Magician, no problem. Let's talk. But yeah, let's try keep it to strictly professional, strictly epic Dark Magician strat stuff. Anyway, let's get right into this deck profile here. Now, the best thing about this profile is this man's voice. Listen to it.
So starting off with the monsters, of course, have played 3 copies of Dark Magician. Nothing to explain here. If you're playing Dark Magician, you're playing
Nothing to explain. He's got a great voice, but nothing to explain here, right? 3 Dark Magician.
less than 3, then something's wrong. You need to play 3.
If you're playing less than 3, something's wrong. Ouch. Ouch. I'm crying. I'm crying right now.
Because this card is the bread and butter of the deck. Sometimes
It's hard to say a card's the bread and butter of a deck when this card doesn't do anything. Alpha Trading Card Games. I don't know if you've read Dark Magician, but its effect actually doesn't exist, and it's a level 7, so it's actually a really terrible card. Anyway, let's move on.
you might even banish one of the copies, or maybe even 2, with Allure of Darkness. So this is another reason you need to absolutely max, because you need at least 1 in order to be able to play, and if the 3rd copy of you have left with something like Allure gets DD Crowed or something, then the deck cannot function, so you absolutely need to play 3. 1 copy of Red Eyes Black.
So, let's point out why that logic is heavily flawed. So, he's playing Allure of Darkness, that's fine, that's not the problem here. Like, he's just saying, oh, you might banish one with Allure. Sure, that's a personal deck building choice. But what he's saying here is, you will have scenarios where your Dark Magician will get called by the Graved or DD Crowed. And while I'm not saying that won't happen, because it could happen, that is so unlikely. The chances of that scenario happening, like call buys at 1, and not a lot of people play DD Crow, you're more likely to be like Ice Dragon Prison, so let's add that into the mix too. The chances of these things happening are, I want to say, 1 in 20 games. That sounds like a fair assessment. You're not going to verse many decks playing Ice Dragon's Prison, Called By, and that stuff, unless they're maybe Shadol based or like trap based, like Eldritch maybe. So like, I'm not saying it's impossible, but a lot of people are going to be playing Tri Brigade, Drytron, that kind of stuff. Just heavy spell and monster decks. Obviously Revolt is a trap, but that's pretty much the only trap they might play besides Imperm. But moving on from that, this guy's telling you to build your deck around that scenario, which is absolutely incorrect. You build your deck to perform and be as consistent as it possibly can without hindering ratios, and you don't want too many bricks. So what this guy's telling you to do is play 3 because of this weird scenario. And in my opinion, you always play 2 Dark Magician at this point, while we're playing Red Eyes, while we're playing Dark Magician Girl. It's always going to be 2. One's for Red Eyes Fusion, and one's just for Souls and just generic Dark Magician stuff. The fact that the 3rd one could ever come up is just unnecessary. It might be like a grind game, and that's where it comes up. But if you're in a grind game scenario, like, random janky shit's going to be happening anyway, and I don't really think playing 3rd of a vanilla is going to help you. Like, I get it, it's a Dark Magician deck, but if you look at a deck like Eldritch, which is a very similar deck to Dark Magician, it's like surrounded by a big boss monster and a lot of traps and spells to help it. It's very similar, but Eldritch actually has an effect and is stronger. So I'm a little bit jealous of their traps, how they recycle themselves too. I wish we had something similar. We don't. But it's a similar deck strategy, I want to say. It's a control-based trap deck, which we used to be, and now we're moving more towards stronger spells. But anyway, the point of... I'm getting a bit off here, but the point of that is Eldritch only play 2 Golden Lord. 2. Even though he's a better version of Dark, like essentially their monsters are a better version of what we're playing, and they still only play 2, because they don't want to brick, they don't want to see 3. They never really need it. And look, there are games where both your Golden Lords get banished, and you just suck it up, and you just either move on to the next game, or you find another way to win. It's as simple as that, and I do believe it's the same scenario here. If we look at deck building statistics on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Probability Calculator, in a deck of 40 cards, which we should be playing in Dark Magician, a hand size of 5 because we're going first, Dark Magician, if we're playing it at 3, we have a 33% chance to open it. That's 3 out of 10 games. We are opening a Dark Magician. Do we want it in the hand? No. We don't play Navigation. We don't play that shit anymore. We never really want Dark Magician in the hand anyway. Like, back in the day, maybe we did. Nowadays, not so much. If we cut this to 2, you can see that this number goes down to 23%, which we're going to round it down to 23%. So what does this mean? Well, this means we have a way better chance of not seeing Dark Magician. And I say way by 1 whole game. And 1 whole game can mean a lot. So basically what this means is only 2 in every 10 games we would see Dark Magician in the hand, of course, in the hand. So that's really what we want, right? That sounds pretty damn good. But if you think about it this way, we are playing Dark Magician Go and we're playing Red Eyes, so like we've essentially just got 4 bricks in the hand, and we've got a pretty good chance to open one of them, 40% chance. So by this guy playing his extra Dark Magician, he's playing 5. He has a 50% chance to be opening one of those bricks. That's 5 in 10 games. That's really bad. But hey, it's his list. Let's move on.
Dragon, of course, you need this for your Red Eyes Fusion. There's nothing to explain
Yep,
about that.
you gotta play
1
Red
copy of Dark
Eyes.
Magician
He's
Girl.
playing
On
Dark
top of
Magician
being here,
Girl.
3 copies of Magician's Rod, of course. It's the best normal summon of the deck, giving you a search
Yep.
right on normal summon, and you can
Magician's
retrieve
Rod,
it,
good.
give us some reprints, because a card like
Yep, Souls needs a reprint, we know, but we just gotta play it for now.
the field to go for.
I know that playing Apprentice can help justify playing 3 Dark Magician, but I still feel like it's wrong. I'm going to be playing 1 Apprentice when we get the Illusion of Chaos, because it's searchable off that, and I always play 3 Prep and 3 Illusion of Chaos, which means I have 6 ways to Apprentice and herself in the deck, which means I have 7. 7? Is this 7? This is 7. I can count. So I'll have 7 ways to get to Apprentice, and that's pretty good. 7 apprentices, essentially. And the reason for that is some games you will open Soul's Rod and Illusion of Chaos, and in that case you're like, well, this is useless. Well, that's where you use Illusion of Chaos to search either the new Timaeus monster, which I kind of hate. It's kind of the same problem as Secrets, where it's a fusion card, but it uses 3 cards to make the fusion, but whatever, that's a whole different problem. It's probably still better than Secrets. But anyway, the other option of adding Timaeus there is, of course, adding Apprentice Illusion Magician. And I think this is better because, 1, it's an extender if you need it. Like, if you do get hand trapped on your Rod or Souls by, like, something like Gamma, which, removes the material, it's good to have this as a backup. Obviously, it's a discard 1 to summon, so you're going really neg in the hand, but it's fine. It is what it is. But the main reason is, if you do establish Dragoon, this is the best card you can have. Because this card doesn't target, it can boost your Dragoon by 2k. And what's important about that is a lot of people make access code and pop all your cards but your Dragoon. And then the access code is normally on 5,300. That's the exact number it's normally on. And they will swing into your Dragoon and kill it. Now, by this point, you've normally done 1 negate with Dragoon, so you're normally at 4k. An access code can clearly beat you, but Apprentice is what stops that. You just wait for the damage step, similar to Alistar, the Invoker. You wait for the damage step, and you say, attack declaration's okay. In entering damage step, if they say okay, you're like, cool. On damage step, I'll drop Apprentice Illusion Magician to boost by 2k. That's all you have to do, and then you've won the trade. You've won the game, essentially, from there, because access code's normally all their resources, and they're all gone. So yeah, I like it at 1 for that scenario. Yeah, that's a niche scenario, but this card doubles up as an extender. It doubles up as like an optional discard card kind of. I mean, it's a dark spellcast. Like, it fits the theme of the deck, so it's never going to be a brick. Like, you probably don't want to see it all the time, which is why I think at 1 it's absolutely fine once we've got the Illusion of Chaos. But yeah, not much to say about this deck. If you want to, this card, if you want to play it now, that's fine. I just don't think it's that great. Like, we don't want Dark Magician in the hand right now, so I'm kind of like, whatever.
For your Anaconda. But again, if Konami ever bans Anaconda, then you should probably cut the Apprentice Illusion Magician with it altogether. For the Hunters, play 3 copies of Ash Blossom. This is the only golds, and
yeah,
I
Ash
think
Blossom's
this
good.
monster
This
means
is
Separation of Rights
fine.
Search it too, so I can.
Fantasma is good too, because in this deck, it's like the perfect card, and this is a good reason to play Xyz. Like, a lot of lists play Xyz, but like, we don't really have a way to make them anymore. This card at least validates that this guy's playing Xyz, because Fantasma is obviously a level 7, it's also a Dark, it's also a Dragon. Actually has a lot going for it in terms of Dark Magician. It has an effect that can protect cards too, which comes up every now and then, not so much. But the main thing is it fixes your hand, and as we pointed out before, there's a lot of bricks. So, if you see a build of mine not playing this, don't think I don't like it. I do like Fantasma, it just sometimes doesn't get the job done. You need to play Fantasma alongside like Nibiru, Super Poly, something strong, because Fantasma essentially has to fix your hand and get you into those strong hand traps or side deck cards. I guess that's its best use, getting you to your side deck cards. But yeah, obviously it doubles up as a body, so it can be used to go on Anaconda or a rank 7, so that's fine.
I actually think
Good
that
card.
It's worth playing because it can stack from the graveyard.
Yeah, you always play 3 of Soul Servants, so that's a good ratio. I love to see it. Whoa!
Magician,
Yep, this is where it gets weird. 3 Salvation. It's just such a yikes, isn't it? Such a yikes. Like, you could argue that this is another copy of Eternal Soul, which it is. But at this point, you'd just play 1 or 2 of this and 1 or 2 of Eternal Soul. I don't understand the 3. I do understand, like, you do want to open this card. It's weird. You want to open this card, but after you've used it once, it's dead. So I kind of get that logic, but it's still hella incorrect. Like, you still just want to be playing 1. 1 seems to be the ratio everyone's going with, and I've been testing for ages. I was originally playing 2 and 1 terraforming, and because I just thought the card was so bad on it by itself that, like, I wanted to see it for testing, so I played 2. But I definitely think it's a 1 now, and I'm not playing terraforming. And that's not because of any of the people who are like, oh, you're going to get drolled and ashed on terraforming. No, those people were stupid. Terraforming's always good to play with a field spell if you think the field spell's not that great, but you kind of have to play it anyway. The reason being is you only have to play 2 of that field spell then, and 1 of the terraforming. For example, you might play Secret Village at 2 with 1 terraforming. Some people can't grasp that concept, but it's pretty simple deck thinning. You're terraforming for the field spell. Now there's 1 less card in your deck. You can draw potential better cards, and of course you're just not playing 3 Village, which obviously wouldn't be ideal. But yeah, I don't know, people just didn't seem to understand that concept, and that was pretty much where I was going with the 2 Salvation, but I'm thinking it's just a 1 for now.
Something which the deck didn't really have before. Yes, you play Secret Village, but Secret Village, this format, is not the greatest card in the deck because...
So he's playing Secrets, and that's fine, like... I hate Secrets. You guys know I hate Secrets. It's a glorified polymerization. The best part of it is this little lightning bolt here, the quick play. The quick play thing is the only decent thing about this, and I still don't think that is good enough. Like, I don't give a fuck if it's generic. We need a fusion card that's similar to that of like Shadow Fusion, Red Eyes Fusion, Neos Fusion, Ultimate Fusion even. We need something powerful, an archetype fusion that sends from deck, preferably, and helps us get rid of Dark Magician Girl, Mahad, or Mana from our deck. We just need a way to get the bricks in the bin and the boss monsters on the field. And I don't know how that would be possible. My thoughts are just Dark Magician Fusion. It probably wouldn't be quick play, but I don't think anyone would mind. So yeah, I know a lot of people like Secrets, but like, come on, man. Like, I feel like they're over-glorifying it. It always seems to be the over-glorified card. Like, be realistic. This card is like a glorified polymerization, and even then, it has to use Dark Magician or Dark Magician Girl to fuse. It's really not that great. But yeah, like, it's quick play. It can end games. People do bring that up a lot, but I'm like, yeah, so can Super Poly, and like, that's a way better card to play. Obviously, it needs a discard, but Super Poly is just a better card, you know. But it is searchable, so playing it at 1 is absolutely justifiable. I don't know, I talk about this card a lot, so I should probably stop. But yeah, people do mention it can Ritual Summon, and that is not that relevant. When we do get Illusion of Chaos, we still don't really want to Ritual Summon it. It's more just for the Roto effect, so... Yeah, let's move on.
Because if you want to play with your Red Eyes Fusion, then you should be able to start, just because sometimes you need to see a Dark Magician in order to be able to win. And
Yeah, I don't agree with Illusion Magic. Once again, like, he's describing a scenario here with Illusion Magic where, you know, you need to see Dark Magician in the hand. This guy's already playing Apprentice as well, which is just super, and 3 Dark Magicians. Super weird. Like, you should be seeing it enough in this fucking list. I have had hands, mind you, when playing at tournaments for locals and whatnot, where I've been like, oh, I've got Rod, I've got Circle, I've got Eternal Soul, and like whatever, Nadir. And I'm just like, I just don't have Dark Magician. Like, how do I get to Dark Magician? And I don't have it. I don't have a way. My way would be Illusion Magic, but it just, that's not how it be anymore. I mean, with that hand, obviously, you could go normal summon, Rod, add Soul Servant, play Circle, chain Soul Servant, put Dark Magician on top. But let's ignore that fact. That was a terrible hand example. But basically, there are hands where you have Rod and you're just like, oh, if I had Illusion Magic, they would fix this hand. But I think that's once again playing for scenarios that come up once every 20 hands. So we don't play for those. We play for the other 19 hands.
have all those searches. Having a searchable card that searches you to fusion, of course, you're gonna be playing this card. So
I don't get why people are like playing fucking Illusion Magic, 3 Dark Magician, Apprentice, and then be like, oh, but only 1 Red Eyes Fusion. Like, oh, I don't wanna brick too hard, guys. Like, this card, when you think about it, Red Eyes Fusion is a starter for this deck. It's Magician Souls on steroids. It gets 2 bricks out of your deck, 1 being Dark Magician, 1 being Red Eyes. It gives you Dragoon, and then obviously your Eternal Souls live. If you have Circle with that, that's crazy. If you have Soul Servant in your hand, absolutely cool, because you've got Dark Magician in the bin. Like, this card turns on half your deck's engine, and the main reason people don't want to play it at 3 is because they're like, oh, after I've resolved one, the others are useless. It's like, who cares? We're playing for like turn 1, and this is what you want turn 1. The other reason is they're like, oh, if you get Ash Blossom, like, your turn's over. It's like, yeah, okay, well, once again, we go into the probability counter, right? We got Red Eyes Fusion, it's at 3. 33% chance opening. Guess what else is at 3? Probably Ash Blossom. So they've got the same chance of having Ash as you do of having Ref. So sometimes you just got to take that gamble, baby. You just got to slap the Ref down and say, show me the Ash or I've got Dragoon. And sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't. Obviously, in my builds, I play Nadir's Servant, and I find that's a way better card to play first, because you play Nadir, they normally want to Ash that, and then you can just play Ref afterwards. If they don't Ash the Nadir, people are like, oh, but then, like, yeah, you have to do Nadir stuff. I'm like, yep, what's the problem? You get Ecclesia, Punishment, and Fleur de Lis. Like, it's absolutely fine, and you can just Red Eyes Fusion next turn if you can prevent yourself from using Punishment. So, yep, I think it's a win-win. In my builds, I know he's not playing Nadir, but that just adds another reason to play Nadir. And yeah, a lot of people say the Red Eyes Fusion and Dogmatica stuff contradict each other, and they do, but you do have to know how to play them together. I know a lot of people asking me for a video on the Dogmatica Dark Magician test hands and stuff. I actually have a pretty big tournament coming up. It's like a top 8 thing for my locals. Well, it's my locals plus like some people from Sydney. So it's a little bit more than my locals, but the point is, it was like a circuit, and yeah, I'll have to build a deck for it specifically to try and win, obviously. But I will be playing some sort of Dogmatica Dark Magician for that, so I'll keep you updated on it. There will be a video on it at some point. But anyway, this video is getting pretty long, so let's just keep going through.
there are a couple theories about what can happen about Dragoon, and if Anaconda needs not
He's playing Magicalizer 1. That's good. I like to see it.
ending the deck.
This is weird to play at 1 unless he's playing Foolish Burial Goods, which I'm pretty sure he's not.
For such a long time now,
So,
just because of the fact that
pretty
times
random.
when you stack with
I do, like, I'm skipping over this, but I have heard this already like 2 or 3 times. He pretty much says the Metal Foes Fusion, if I remember correctly. Like, when you see it, oh, you just send it off souls and draw, and then, like, shuffle it back, draw again. It's free. But, like, you're not always going to have souls. Like, maybe when we have Illusion of Chaos, but yeah, you should probably play Foolish Engine with this.
you should ever banish the Red Eyes with a Lure of Darkness unless you're
Like, Alo's fine. It's not crazy. It's not crap, but it's just kind of meh. Like, yeah, you can play it if you want. I don't really care. Eternal Soul at 1. Like, he's playing 3 Salvation, but 1 Eternal Soul. At that point, like, I play 1 Eternal Soul, but I feel like at this point you might want to play more than 1. Like, I don't know. Or just cut your Salvations down, please. Ah, yes, he's playing Navi, so that's probably why he's playing so many fucking ways to Dark Magician in the hand. But that's once again really dumb. Like, you're not gonna have Navi all the time. And Navi's best use is the Grave effect. And like, yeah, I love Navi, but I loved Navi in 2016 when it was good. And even then, it probably wasn't doing shit against the meta. It was just nostalgia bait once again. But hey, if you like Magician's Navigation and Circle, go on to Duel Links. You can win games with Rod, Circle, and Navi. Navi's broken in Duel Links. They've actually hit Dark Magician on the ban list there. I made King of Games heaps with Dark Magician on Duel Links because the deck is 20 cards and Circle pretty much always gets you a card because, 20 card decks versus 40 cards. Circle actually finds you the Dark Magician or the Dark Magician spell traps. So yeah, Dark Magician's crazy on Duel Links and it sucks in the TCG. Who would have guessed? And yeah, Dragoon is broken, but it's barely a Dark Magician card when everyone plays it.
And a
Let's
level
be
7
real.
or lower spellcaster from your deck. So this is why I'm saying that
He's
Konami
playing
just
2
have
Dragoon.
to reprint all
Good
those
and
cards
nice. Good and
before
nice.
Battle of Chaos, because that's with your Secrets of Dark Magic.
I don't know why he's playing 2 of these. Even summoning 1 is sometimes just... It doesn't do anything, I swear. Like, I know this card draws you cards and it can float into stuff. It's not as good as people hype it up to be. I do admit, like, it's okay. It's pretty good, but... The fact that you have to use like 3 cards to get here, or you have to use Magical Eyes and banish your Dark Magician or Dark Magician Go to get here is dumb. Because you want them in the grave to draw, so it's kind of like, I don't want to do that. And then if you're using Secrets, obviously you're using like 3 cards to get here, so you're like, I don't want to do that either. There's just no good way to summon this, is pretty much what I'm saying. Like, and yeah, you get to draw after you summon it if you play a spell trap, but like by then, fuck, you've already lost 3 cards. Fuck, I want to draw like 17 at that point. Anyway. Probably definitely play this at 1, no more than 1. Ebon Illusion makes sense in his build, and this is just a good XZ for Dark Magician to play, but, I'm playing through Dark Magician, so I'll probably not play it. Relinquish Anima. This guy's not going to be playing Artemis, if I remember correctly, and the fact that he's playing this is just like, why, bro? Like, this could be Artemis easy. Like, yeah, Souls can become this, and that's actually really good. But you know what else is really good? Fucking Artemis. It comes up a lot more. Artemis is also better in the Dogmatica build, but
quite a lot, honestly.
that's
One
my
copy of
personal
Imdak.
thing.
You need to summon a dragon sometimes, and
He's playing Imdok, which is good. Man's good. I think he's playing Link Spider too.
still want to
gonna
activate a
check
card
real
like
quick.
Secrets of Dark Magic, or maybe a hard-run Magicalized Fusion. You need to make one of your Dark Magicians into this, and then either have another Dark Magician, or just activate Magicalized
Maybe he's
Fusion
not.
to go for your Dragoon. This one Link Spider, this is another way to
Oh no,
get
he is. Good. So the reason why some people ask, like, you have Imdok, like, why do you need to play Link Spider? Well, it's actually kind of important. I'm going to draw it on paint real quick, because I can't think of any other way to describe it.
3 hours later.
Alright, this is absolutely shocking, but I'm no graphic artist. Anyway, so let's say it's the opponent's end phase. You would activate your Eternal Soul, right? In their end phase, summon Dark Magician. Turn comes to you. You're going to link away the Dark Magician, and if you make it into Imdok in the extra monster zone, you'll notice Imdok points up. So even if you go Eternal Soul, bring back Dark Magician, you've got a Link 1 effect monster and a Dark Magician non-effect monster, and you can't go into Anaconda. You cannot, because Anaconda needs 2 effect monsters. And there's no way to link this off a Link Spider because your arrow is pointing the wrong way. So while I love Imdok and like he's really cool, a good reason to play Link Spider, and also you play it for the Sky Striker packages. Let's look at that exact same scenario. Opponent passes turn. We go end phase, flip Eternal Soul. That's going to summon Dark Magician. Turn comes to us. We enter the main phase. Link away Dark Magician, this time instead for Link Spider, who's pointing down. Then we can go Eternal Soul, summon Dark Magician, link it away straight away for the Imdok. You know what happens next. We're going to link these 2 away into the bin, summon Anaconda. I didn't make a card for Anaconda, but you get it. That's where we would summon Anaconda. So that is a nifty little interaction. You might think that doesn't come up, but actually does come up quite a bit. You'll have those games where you're just dragging it out and summoning Dark Magician over and over. And instead of just summoning Dark Magician and hitting for 25 and then linking it away, you can actually go into the Anaconda Dragoon. So it's a little bit better than just Dark Magician pass. Of course, if your opponent has a hand trap, well, you're fucking crying, but whatever. Let's finish off this deck profile, though.
The graveyard so you can get it back to your Eternal Soul. I'm just hoping.
And of course, yeah, the Sky Striker package is a good reason to play it. Double Anaconda, by the way, that's what you want to see. Good shit.
You know that your opponent has.
Like, I see IP in a lot of Dark Magician builds, and like, it's fine. It's just, I don't know. I feel like you could just play Artemis instead. Like, in this deck especially, like, you need Artemis in here.
know it's going to get negated, it's not a good option. And the extra deck is very tool.
Yeah, like, these are good. Nightmares are good when you don't know what to build, but, like, and obviously he's playing IP, so you want to play Unicorn. Like, this could be Artemis once again. Like, Cerberus is probably the weakest one here. Make it Artemis, and, like, you're fine. And that's it, right? That's all you got for us. Alright, so overall, I'm giving this deck profile a solid fucking 3 out of 10. 3 because some of the ratios were nice. I think that was generous. What do you guys think? I think that profile was pretty shit. It says competitive build in brackets. I'd like to have a word with their manager, because that is not a competitive deck, my mans. Anyhow, this video dragged out really long, so thanks for sticking around. Check out the description if you're into that Dark Magician Discord or that Facebook group, and stay frosty, my gamers.